Initializing monetization. Monetization process successful.
Hello, and welcome back once again to another short episode of Live ZMU TV brought to you by Armand Nicholas, your host. And as always, raw and uncut. Today we're going to be talking about some of the really cool topic that's out there. Everybody gets confused about these things. Everyone has a lot of different beliefs as to, yes, that's allowed, no, that's not allowed. We're going to be talking about the topic of fair use myth. Okay, some of the myths that are out there, some of the beliefs that are out there, whether they're true, they're not true. We're gonna go hear exactly from YouTube what they say pertaining to these topics. Loopholes, no loopholes, trouble, safety. You want to make sure that you're always on the up and up with your channel. You work hard for your channel. You want to make sure that it's constantly on the safe side of things. Okay, so before we get started, as always, call to action. Please look down to the, right side of your screen and to see if you're already subscribed to this channel. If you're subscribed, that's great. Make sure that you hit the bell button so that you can be notified of the future videos that are coming up with great topics such as this. Okay, if you haven't done so yet, please hit that little like button on the side there as well. Make sure that basically we give this video an opportunity to be recommended out into the platform. At the very end of the show, basically I'm going to go ahead and ask you to make sure that you put the comment in there, so be prepared to let me know what you've learned, what are the things that you basically are wanting to know more about, or maybe questions that you may have, but more importantly, things of your personal experience pertaining to this topic. So again, let's get right down to it. Fair use myth. What are these things? There are, there's some misinformation that's out there, okay? There's some misinformation out in the YouTube world. Some people still follow it, some people don't. And the people that follow it, they stay on the safe side. The people that don't follow it, they get in a little bit of trouble, right? So at the end of the day, there are some misinformation out there that might lead you to believe fair use automatically applies if you say a few magic words, right? If you use certain phrases in your title, certain phrases in your description, or certain phrases inside your video, there's this misinformation that says, oh yeah, I'm safe now. You know, I can't get in trouble for fair use guidelines and things like that because I said these things. No, you are mistaken. There is actually no guarantee. There's no guarantee that you are protected by fair use when you use copyrighted material in a certain way. Okay, you don't own these material, which means that you have to follow certain guidelines. And just because you mention certain phrases and quotes, that doesn't mean that that you're safe. Okay, when you really look into it, the legal system, the court system will consider four things. Okay, the legal system will consider four things to determine, did you violate the Fair Use Act, or or are you safe with the Fair Use Act? Okay, so let's take a look at some of these myth. And as far as the four factors, check out the other fair use video that we have. We talked about the four factors that the legal system actually looks into. That's really when you dial into it, when you get down to the nitty-gritty stuff. But you should definitely know that as well and put it in the back of your mind as a reminder, right? But today let's talk about some of the myth, some of the beliefs that are out there. Okay, so here are some of the common myths that YouTubers or some creators think that they can get away with. Number one, as long as I give credit to the copyright owner, my use is automatically fair use. What does that mean? Well, it means that just because I gave credit to the copyright owner of the content that I'm using, whether it's in the description or whether it's in the video, it's okay. That's fair use. No, it's not. No, it's not. On the other video that we did, the four factors, as you saw in one of the four factors of fair use, just because you mention that the copyright material you're using is from so and so, it doesn't give you the right to use that doesn't give you the right to use that. Okay, as you saw in the 4 factors of fair use, the legal in the legal section, and the transformativeness is usually a key, right? Is usually a key in the fair use analysis. Giving credit, you know, just because you give credit to the owner of the copyrighted work it won't by itself turn a transformative copy of their material into fair use. Okay, it doesn't automatically do that. Okay, you know, phrases such as all rights go to the author or all rights go to the copyright owner, it doesn't protect you. Okay, it doesn't protect you, nor do they mean you have the copyright owner's permission. It doesn't mean just because you make these phrases, it doesn't mean you have the permission to use their content. Okay, all you're doing is literally just like putting a quotation mark that says, oh yeah, by the way, this product or this content came from so and so, but that's okay, I'm gonna try to make some money off of it. I'm gonna commercialize it. Doesn't work that way. Okay, so that's a myth. Just because you put, you know, just because you gave credit or you know, and mentioned the copyright owner, no, that's false. Okay, myth number 2: if I post a disclaimer on my video, my use is fair use. Like if I put a disclaimer, such as, you know, a phrase that says posting, you know, you're putting a description and then you're including the phrase no infringement intended, right? No copyright infringement intended on your description. That won't automatically protect you from any claim of copyright infringement. That is not fair use. Just because, oh yeah, you know what that really is saying? That's saying that, hey, I'm using this content. It's not mine. I'm using this content. I'm using this creative material. I'm using this product from somebody else. It's not mine. I have nothing to do with it. But by the way, I'm going to try to make money from this thing. I'm going to show people how to use this thing and make money off of it, right? And I'm just going to basically tell them that, hey, you know what? I did not mean to infringe. There's no copyright infringement that I intended, but I accidentally make money off of it too. Okay, no, it doesn't work that way. You know, you got to get their permission, number one, right? It's not your material. You got to get the permission. But you have to transform it. You have to transform it and add enough commentary value or educational value that allows you to use the fair use guidelines or act. Okay, just because you say no infringement intended, that does not protect you in any way, shape, or form from the legal ramifications of fair use. Okay, myth number 3. Number 3: entertainment or non-profit uses are automatically fair use. I hear this a lot. Oh, it's for entertainment purposes only. Oh, it's non-profit. Oh, it's educational. Or no, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, if you commercialize it, entertainment isn't music video, you know, those playlists that you see on YouTube that allows you to sleep at night, or maybe during the holidays where it's a playlist of a lot of Christmas songs, right? That's for entertainment purposes only, right? But you notice that they're monetized, but I guarantee you they're not probably making money off of that thing. The copyright owners are making money off of that thing because clearly that's not their work. I mean, last time I checked, they were not the composer of those songs, right? It's the copyright owners. So just because it's for entertainment or nonprofit use, that doesn't automatically allow you to use that product for fair use, okay? The court system will always look at things carefully at the purpose of the purpose of your evaluating whether it was fair use or not. But there, you know, the 3 remaining factors obviously there is out there. But just because you make the statement that is for educational or entertainment purposes only, or if it's for a nonprofit, it doesn't always mean that you are allowed to use that or is shielded or protected by the Fair Use Act. Again, if you commercialize it, if you guys don't know what the definition of commercializing is, please look it up, Google it. It's everywhere, right? Ask Siri, hey Siri, what does commercializing mean? Do something, find out what that is. Commercializing simply means that you're trying to make money off of this thing, right? You're using it to make money off of it. Keep in mind, if you're going to make money off of it, do you not really think that those people who own that thing want that portion of it, wants to make money off of that, right? It's that simple. Use some common sense. Use your head, all right? I mean, it's there. Don't step on your brains every time you step because you're just trying to follow some other people's act. Protect your channel at all times. Myth number 4. If I add any original material, I created, if I add, if I add my own original material from someone else's copyrighted work, that's my fair use. That's fair use. No. Notice the term. Oh, I added some new content to this thing, so it's fair use now. What's the key thing? The legals, if it goes to legal, right? The key thing is you must add significant. Remember the previous video that we talked about demonetization, right? People that got demonetized because of reused material or fair use products, right? You have to add significant commentary value or significant educational value to the product, whether it's reused or fair use material, right? Even if you've added a little something of your own to someone else's work, you might not be able to take advantage of the Fair Use Act. Okay, it has to be something significant. When it comes right down to it, the legal system will come into play, and of course will make the determination: is this fair use or is this not fair use? To protect yourself, you gotta transform that content. You gotta transform it. It's almost like saying, take an orange and make it into an apple, right? Don't just take a tangerine and make it into an orange. I mean, if you look at a tangerine, a big enough tangerine and a regular orange, they almost look the same, right? They almost look the same. They can certainly taste almost similar, right? But you know that one is a tangerine and one is an orange, right? But that's like blurring the lines. Literally, to be able to use to be able to do the fair use product or the fair use guidelines, the Fair Use Act, right? Or reuse items, right? Reuse contents to avoid copyright laws, copyright claims. You literally almost have to take an orange and make it into an apple, right? It's almost like that. You're literally transforming that work. Okay, so again, that's how you avoid these things. So these are the most common. These are the four most common. Obviously, there are other myths out there, but we want to target the four most common ones. So let's just recap. Myth number one, if I give enough credit to the copyright owner, that gives me right to use that product, or that's automatically fair use of that product. No, it's not. Read the guidelines and the bylaws, okay? Myth number two, if I post a disclaimer on my video, whether it's on the description or inside the video, such as like statements like no infringement intended, all copyrights reserved to the copyright owner, that doesn't always protect you. That doesn't always protect you. Myth number three, and if this is for entertainment or nonprofit purposes only or educational purposes only, so that means I have fair use of this product, that I can use this at my will. No, you do not have that right. No, you do not have that right. Get that through your head, okay? Number four, if I add some original content of mine, if I add some original material of mine, that automatically gives me fair use of this product. No, it doesn't. It has to be significant. It has to be significant commentary value, and it has to be significant educational value. These are the four most common myths. So let's take a breather. Hopefully you guys learned something here, right? I always get excited with these videos, so don't mind me. Relax. I'm just drinking some water, right? But at the end of the day, I am hoping that this video is of some use to you, some value to you. Now, please take the time, if you haven't done so yet, help me get this video to rank a little bit, or maybe recommended by the YouTube platform out there. Hit that like button. Number two, please make sure that you've already subscribed to the channel. If not, please do so now. And of course, hit that bell button to be reminded of new videos coming up in the future. Number three, please go down to the comments. Let me know. Tell me something. Tell me, hey, I did learn something. Thanks a lot. Let me know what you learned. Hey, your video was useless. I have no idea what the heck you were talking about. Did not make sense. Let me know. Maybe I need to do the video in a slower pace for you to understand. Number three, if you have personal experience, we are here to grow. Remember this, we are here to grow. If you have some personal experience with this topic, please share it. Let me learn from you. But more importantly, for the people that are reading that comment, they may be able to learn from you as well. You could be an educator as well. Please do those three things for me. And once again, my name is Armand Nicholas, and I thank you for watching live Team ZMU TV, raw and uncut. And as always, have a good night. We'll see you next time.